Namaste, beautiful souls. It's Dr. Danny. Welcome back to my channel. All these new subscribers. I'm so excited. We reached a cool number over the weekend, 1,313 subscribers. So I did a screenshot of that. I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. It's so exciting to see people getting into constellational astrology, understanding the significance of it, and really taking a profound interest in studying it and practicing it and applying it. I mean, normal people are doing this. It's amazing. You know, I have doctors and lawyers and dentists and just normal people that are into astrology. You'd really be surprised. Today, we're going to talk about the next full moon that's coming up on Tuesday, the 26th of December. This moon will be in a location that is cosmically known, astrotheologically known as the Silver Gate. And the sun is in a place called the Golden Gate. So, for some of you, it might not feel so great right now, but this full moon has some really wonderful energies. I promise you, if it doesn't feel good right now, it's going to get better, and it's going to get better fast. So you have the sun at the Golden Gate, the moon at the Silver Gate. I'll explain what that is in just a minute, but for those of you that know what that is, you know. It's really incredible. And if that isn't amazing enough for you, the other energies in the sky is all sextiles and trines. So, I mean, it feels like deliverance. Just get ready to be delivered from whatever it is that you're in right now and that you want to let go of. I feel like that deliverance is on his way from like the clutches of the darkness of the waning sun this time of year to a true sensation of an expansion of light. And within this darkness, the sun is born anew. And it's perfect timing, too, because it's right towards the end of that solstice period that we're in right now. So, opportunities and flows. Let me share my screen. I want to share with you the Golden Gate and Silver Gate information. I'm going to leave a link for you all in the description to the Ascension glossary, and I'm just going to read a few paragraphs that resonate with me. They talk about a whole bunch of other things that I don't really know a whole lot about, but like the crystal star with a K. Anyhow, if you guys know what that is, please put it in the comments and let me know. This alignment begins a new exposure and is transmitting a new substance, which has qualities of both elemental water and elemental ether. The constellation Ophiuchus is known as the Serpent Holder, and it sits 180 degrees across from the Orion constellation, which is also similar to Osiris from Egyptian mythology. So this means that the sign directly opposite in the sky from Ophiuchus is Orion. Ophiuchus sits in the path that is of the galactic center and the ecliptic, called the Gate of the Gods or the Golden Gate. The Orion constellation sits in the Gate of Man, or the Silver Gate. Ophiuchus and Orion are mirror images of opposing polarity. Together, they represent the ascending path through the Gate of Man, meeting at the Gate of the Gods. The many ascension stages we endure to reach our spiritual magnum opus are the stages of humanity moving through these sequences of consciousness gateways. We all incarnate as earthly beings that evolve through the procession of the equinoxes. This takes us through the consciousness realms, moving through the ecliptic path at the Gate of Man to eventually complete the evolution cycle, which intersects at the galactic center. Once we unify the consciousness experiences through the Gate of Man, intersecting with the galactic equator at Ophiuchus's feet, we are potentially given access to the Golden Gate. This is where this moon and sun are right now, okay? So this is incredible energy. What I want to do before we get into the astrological chart is I want to take you to space first, because to see this, to visualize this, you need to look at space. So what I have here is Stellarium, and it is set for 1226 around 6 o'clock in the evening. And I know it looks weird right now, and so what I'm going to do is put the landscape back in and show you what we're dealing with. So you can move the sky around. So basically this is a perspective of looking northwest. Okay. And if you take the landscape out right here, you can then move the ecliptic and turn it into a circle, just like you would a birth chart. And you can see here's the galactic center. This is the sun. Here's Ophiuchus. And then here's the moon right at the Gemini Taurus silver gate. All right. Then you can do something even more fun. You can take it and turn it just a little bit and you get the galactic ring. So you have these two rings. You have the galactic ring and the ecliptic ring, and where they intersect is where these gates are. And so the theory is that at this silver gate where the silvery moon is sitting, this is the gateway of man. We come here and we go through this ecliptic pathway, almost like a wormhole to the golden gate, which is here. So this is just awesome. I just love, oh my gosh, this thing's going crazy. Sorry. Woo. It's a little funny with the mouse. Okay, so there's our ecliptic again. I just flipped it over. But as you can see, and look at how the Milky Way kind of looks like a serpent, the way it kind of goes through our ecliptic path. So yeah, wow. So the sun is going to be over here in the Golden Gate, and this energy in Sagittarius, which is where the sun is right now, you can see that. This is the one that is actualized into the light. That's what this means for me, the sun at this Golden Gate. So guys, if you want to learn more about the Galactic Center and Ophiuchus, then consider enrolling in the Ophiuchus Practicum that I did a couple weekends ago. That is at learn.drdani.com. I'm going to leave a link in the description so you guys can check that out. But I go into this Golden Gate energy. I go into Ophiuchus in a big way. We really learn how to work with the energy of Ophiuchus. And the moon is over here in Gemini at the Silver Gate, the silvery moon, the feminine moon, reflecting back the energy of the Golden Gate into our realm. Okay, so this energy is so pure, it's so powerful. A moon in Gemini is the feeling mind, it's emotional logic, it's literally how we receive the knowledge, right? So this to me is just a beautiful alignment. The next thing I want to show you before we actually jump into the chart is the Prometheus Astroglobe. So here is all the astrology and the aspects put onto the Astroglobe. Don't worry, I'll go into a regular chart, but I wanted you to see, once again, here is the moon here, and here is the sun. This is their opposition. The other opposition that we deal with is a north node, south node opposition. That's always there. And then there is only one energy of tension, and that is between Neptune and then a Mercury conjunct Mars in Ophiuchus. So we are going to go into all of this energy. Let me put this down and we will go into the pictures. Oh, here, let me show you this first real quick before I get into the 1313. Isn't that cool? We'll probably have some more in a few days, but I just thought that was really synchronistic since, you know, Ophiuchus, 13 signs. We're doing 13 sign astrology. Here's the graphic I wanted to show you guys. This is the Gemini full moon. That's right. The moon is in Gemini. And this is based on the constellations. This is not the Western tropical horoscope. They would have the moon in Cancer, I believe. And it was almost Capricorn season. By the time we get to the full moon, it will be a Cancer, Capricorn, and tropical. But I like to use the constellational astrology. I just feel to be cosmically connected is so much more. I don't know. It just gives you a much more higher perspective on things. That's just my opinion. Okay, so a couple of things are happening. We talked about the moon, we talked about the sun. Let's talk about some of the other aspects because, like I said, this was all sextiles and trines, and it's so beautiful. I'm gonna get this pen out right here. Okay, the first thing I wanted to talk about is the aspects that the sun is making right now. So our Sagittarius sun, which is the one that is actualized into light, right, is sextiling Saturn in Aquarius. So here is Saturn. This is their sextile. You see this pattern? Isn't that neat? I don't know. It looks like the top of a crystal almost, like a quartz crystal. This sextile speaks to integrity and structure and what is good for the growth of all. It usually is an energy of patience and perseverance. I feel like this is you don't have to prove yourself anymore. Like you're working with the energies instead of trying to be an A student or be the best at whatever it is you're doing. You don't have to do that anymore. I'm going to turn my light up a little bit. It feels really dark in here. Maybe that's too much. There we go. Okay. Okay. So you don't have to prove yourself anymore with the sextile, or there's an opportunity to do that. Sun also trines on Jupiter, retrograde in Aries. This is all good news, all this information right here. This trine right here. This is an expanding into a new solar cycle. Jupiter will go direct soon, so this is like a letting a new and wonderful energy into your life. So think of it as a great energy to start a new project that you're really excited about, to ask that special person out, to ask for a raise or a promotion, just do something different. And it's just really, really wonderful energy for this. So enjoy this day, enjoy this energy of the moon reflecting back the sun energy. Now the moon does a trine and a sextile too. So the sun will trine on Jupiter and sextile Saturn, while the moon trines on Saturn and sextiles on Jupiter. Isn't that cool? Right here. So we're building the top of our crystal. So this is a great energy to be with others and to like share really good vibes. You can actually help people through rough patches with this energy, because it makes you a little bit intuitive too. So, like I said, some people are going through some tough things right now, and this is a really nice energy if you're not one of those people to help those other people. This is a great energy for doing that. You also want to understand that this energy means that you absolutely deserve the best. So whatever it is you're going through, you deserve the best, demand the best, ask for the best. Put yourself out there. This is what I want. This is what I need. And this is very, very, very good energy for this on Monday. So moon trining on Saturn in Aquarius, this is self-responsibility, right? Self-responsibility, what does that do? That engenders a self-worth, doesn't it? When you can take care of your business, don't you feel really good? So feel good about your responsibilities. I mean, I know right now the life energy is being sucked out of us and we feel like we're very overwhelmed, but do what you need to do. Do those little things that are easy, that are mindless, that don't take a lot of time, that they just, but once you do them, you're gonna realize how quickly you were able to do it, and you're gonna feel better about taking responsibility for that, because people need you right now. So make sure you take care of you and make the best decision for what you need to do. This energy also suggests you seek the advice of a wise feminine elder. So, like a female teacher, your aunt, your mother. That's this energy between Saturn and, okay. Here we are building our crystal structure. Let's see, make sure I got all the sun and the moon. Yep. Okay. And then Jupiter and Saturn are going to be sextile. This is going to be a long transit. This is basically starting right around now until March, because Jupiter is going to station direct in a little while, and Jupiter is a slow moving planet as well as Saturn. So this is a bigger energy that we can develop and work with over the next several months. So start thinking ahead. And once this full moon is over, you will be able to use this energy to plant seeds for the next cycle. Okay. So there's an opportunity for promotion here, for more responsibility in your career. There's a financial stability that may come through investment or business deals. This is an excellent time for creating wealth through investments, through small business, that kind of thing, personal growth, wealth, wisdom, happiness, extra time, ease of being able to get things done. So it might not be the most exciting time, but there are lasting achievements in this energy that will bring you satisfaction and contentment. And so wherever your Jupiter and your Saturn are in your chart, that's important. That's important for these big, longer transits. So if you know where your Jupiter and your Saturn are, let me know in the comments. If you don't know where your Jupiter and your Saturn are, then you guys should either get a free chart from my website or get a reading from me. I'm going to leave both those links down below, and it's all constellational. So you might be surprised, and your sun sign might actually change. Let's talk a little bit about Mercury and Mars because they're conjunct over here in our friend Ophiuchus, the 13th sign, the constellation that is at the heart of our Milky Way galaxy, where there is an enormous supermassive black hole turning energy into matter. So heavy, such an immense gravity that light can't even escape. But, there's theories in physics that it might actually be a portal into another universe. So you have Mars there and Mercury, and Mars is the divine will of the creator, and Mercury is the messenger of the creator, right? So this is like cosmic messages of the divine will, cosmic messages from the ascended masters. So the best way to access this energy is to calm the mind and feel into the heart. Like, what is your cause? What are you fighting for? Do you even need a cause? There comes a point in a person's life where sometimes they're just like they just let go and there's no more cause anymore, and they're the happiest they've ever been. So that's Mercury and Mars conjunct the galactic center right in the foot of Ophiuchus. This energy is what takes part in the one square that we have on this day. And this is with pens upside down. So Mercury and Mars right here in the galactic center, squaring on Neptune in Pisces. So this feels to me like you're questioning the integrity, the authenticity of your spiritual practices. And it's giving you an opportunity to make appropriate changes based on the cosmic messages from the ascended masters. Mercury is channeling energy. Channeling is like a thing people do these days. And whether that's you just really focused in your creative zen or literally, channeling some character from another star, that's cool, but that's where that comes from. That's where that energy comes from. That where you don't even need to eat, you don't need to sleep, you don't need to do anything except do what you're doing. That is the zone right there. And Neptune can sometimes, especially Mercury being retrograde, because Mercury is still retrograde, can trip you up. Like, okay, I've been doing this my whole life, or I've been doing it for this long, and it's worked so good. Why doesn't it work anymore? Maybe it doesn't work because it's not really how it should have been done all along. So you can make appropriate changes here if you have those revelations, but don't get too like caught up emotionally into it, and definitely don't get lost in spiritual practices that are not useful for you. But that's the only square, so that's cool. Mercury and Mars will also trine the North Node and sextile the South Node in Virgo. So here we go. We have some more trine sextile energy. It's just lovely. I just love what's happening. There's that trine. Wow. Okay, so I think because there's this square here and because Mercury and Mars also trine sextile the nodes, it's asking the same question, but saying one of the ways you can focus it constructively is to ask yourself, do your spiritual practices align with your evolution as part of the collective? And the collective's evolution is universal love and oneness. That's North Node in Pisces, right? Remembering that we're made from matter, that we're spiritual beings made into matter. This is a temporary existence. We don't have to be perfect. And we can change the way we do things. So, yeah, who's next? Uranus isn't really doing much, a couple of minor aspects, but Uranus has been doing his thing in Aries, questioning the authentic self and creating suggestions for a new original self. So Venus is next. Venus has been transiting through Libra. Boy, I've been feeling this. Venus on trial. A lot of things are changing for me. Just a lot of things. I might talk about it in another video, but maybe during the Venus video, I'll share with you guys what I've been going through. But I feel like the deliverance for me is this full moon right here, because Venus is now trining on Neptune in Pisces, and she is chiming in. She's telling you to constructively create spiritual practices around the cosmic messages from the ascended masters. Um, do it with love, do it with integrity, do it with authenticity. Use that rubric for what's going to be right for you. So, yeah, is it coming from your heart? And then that's your intuition. And when you love it, when you're in love with it, it's the right thing. Venus in Libra also sextiles on Pluto. So this is literally like the most power of transformative, creative energy through like relating and loving. So, other people may be assisting your creative energy and helping you through a tough time. So those of you that are going through a tough time, it's a great time to like let people know where you're at and what you're going through and what it is that you need to do. You will find that despite your fears, they're much more receptive to what's happening with you than you think. So guys, I'm also a Venus specialist, and I can read your Venus transits for the next 8 weeks. She's going to be going through Scorpio here in a little bit, and Ophiuchus and a little bit of Sag, and it's just really beautiful energy. Very, very powerful, like divine Sophia, feminine energy, her going through this part of the sky. So I'm gonna leave a link for that too. Let's see what else. There's a couple more things. That's right. Mercury's still retrograde until the first. So we're still in the middle of this Mercury retrograde soup where the mind is experiencing intense transmissions about what we need to be doing. And then finally, Chiron is direct, you guys. Like, yay. I personally am going through a Chiron return and a Chiron squaring on my natal Venus. So this will be the third pass for me. And I'm really excited because I'm feeling optimistic. This energy, if you guys have ever seen those superhero shows where, the immortal gets cut and immediately they like, touch it and then it heals. That's this energy for me. Chiron finally going direct, like right before your eyes, the wounds start to heal. Yeah, I think that's everything. This is really great energy, you guys. I'm in a good mood. I'm coming through some tough energy myself. So join me in the Fellowship of 13 Signs. I'm going to leave a link for that too. I have a lot going on and I want you guys to be all part of it. So do me a favor, comment on any part of this video where your Jupiter and Saturn are, anything in your chart that's interesting. Maybe you've got energies in your Golden Gate or your Silver Gate. Like this video if you love it and subscribe to this channel. Okay. And let's see, the next video that's coming out is going to be Venus through Scorpio and Ophiuchus. That is just amazing. I can't wait to get that video out to you guys. And for those of you that didn't watch The Grinch, please watch it. That was such a fun video to make a little forensic astrology on The Grinch. So you all have a happy, holy day and a merry solstice, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.